This is the campus sports center. Inside is where the suspect fired 6 different shots. He then ran through these doors to get away. This intersection behind me, Highway 87 and 72, is one of the busiest highways in town. An average of 20 18-wheelers make a turn on this intersection every 10 minutes. So according to the store manager, the suspect walked in with a shotgun, pointed at the clerk, and demanded money. Once the clerk gave him the money, he ran out of the door. This all took place within just seconds. Now, luckily, this was all caught on surveillance camera. Emily, for months, traffic has been overwhelming in this small town. The DeWitt County Sheriff tells me that these roads are just not meant to handle traffic of that magnitude. Now, if you take a look behind me on Highway 87, the water outages isn't the only thing that's frustrating a lot of the neighbors that live out here. It's also the sudden spike in their water bill. And right after the suspect robbed the bank, he ran about half a block to this barber shop in order to hide from police. Jonathan, around 1:30 this afternoon, portions of downtown Victoria experienced power outages. Now, these power outages caused the lines inside the 911 telecommunications center to completely shut down.
Sally.
That's right, Jonathan. The DA's office says what made this trial successful and fast are the victims, witnesses, and one vital piece of evidence that made the verdict just shout out guilty. Court documents reveal that the 2 women were instructed to pull their dresses up to their neck, pull their underwear down, and bend over. All of this took place right on the side of the highway. For 2 years, Billy Joe Harris victimized 14 different women. Each and every one of them were living in their twilight years. They were stalked, their homes broken into, and their valuable items stolen. Lacey and Jonathan, if you take a look right behind me over here, Goliad County deputies have closed a portion of Lemke Road where a body of a man. It was a terrifying few seconds for this one store clerk, but thanks to the watching eye of the store's surveillance camera, police have a description of the suspect. It was an hour of fear at the Victoria College campus after an armed man reportedly fired several shots on campus and then fled the scene Wednesday afternoon.
A couple of my friends, I knew they were crying. I guess they're shooken up. None of the guys were just kind of, what do we do? You know, we were shocked.
Shocked to witness this man, 39-year-old Marcus Washington, who's not a student at the Victoria College, pull a weapon out after an altercation between Washington and a student at the campus's recreational area.
He pointed at him, and this other basketball player pushed him out of the way, and then he got mad and started shooting up in the air.
This is the campus sports center. Inside is where the suspect fired 6 different shots. He then ran through these doors to get away. Within seconds, students on campus received the terrifying news.
A phone call while we were in class and told us to stay put.
During lockdown, Washington, who was found hiding in a nearby neighborhood where he was quickly apprehended and taken into custody, his weapon was located shortly after. Victoria College President Tom Butler is glad no one was in the suspect's line of fire.
No one was hurt. No one was injured.
And while no one was hurt and the suspect was quickly apprehended, the incident left Griffith, who witnessed the whole thing go down, a bit shaky.
I actually witnessed a guy had a gun in his pants and I didn't even know he had it, and I walked right by him. So it's pretty scary.
In Victoria, Sally Mamdooh, News Center 25. It was business as usual for D&D Liquor Store on Tuesday night. That's up until store owner Steve Willman, who wasn't at the store Tuesday, received a phone call from one of his employees.
He pointed the gun at her several times.
Willman rushed immediately to his store to find his employee was terrorized for cash. Now, according to the store manager, the suspect walked in with a shotgun, pointed at the clerk, and demanded money. Once the clerk gave him the money, he ran out of the door. This all took place within just seconds. Now, luckily, this was all caught on surveillance camera. Willman showed me the video from one of the cameras that captured the terrifying moments for the cashier, who was restocking the shelves when the suspect suddenly walked in, pulled his shotgun out, and pointed the gun at the cashier until cash was in his hand. Gonzales police believe the suspect is a Hispanic male who's in his late 30s. Willman, who has owned D&D Liquor Store for the past 4 years, says his business was broken into twice in the past, but his employees were never put in imminent danger. It's something that now has him armed for protection against those that are willing to come into his store armed for cash.
I just don't know why people want to steal from people and put people's lives in danger.
In Gonzales, Sally Mamdooh, News Center 25.